We know the cost of home repairs can really add up, and it can be challenging for someone on a budget. Vincentians in Fort Wayne, Indiana are putting their handyman skills to work for their neighbors in need. Trace Troco shows us the Carpenter's Son's latest projects.
Vincentian Jim Thrill knows a thing or two about repair work and giving back to his community.
God has provided a lot for us and blessed us in many ways, and this is our opportunity to help other people.
Jim, his fellow Vincentians, and other volunteers comprise a group called the Carpenter Sons, a special work of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Carpenter Sons help their neighbors in need with home repairs and other projects such as building and installing ramps.
We've done about 100 wheelchair ramps in the last 2 years, and beyond that we do water heaters, faucets, vanities, flooring, some roof jobs, you name it, we've gotten into it.
Mazel Robinson, a neighbor in need, says she wasn't sure where to turn after nearly falling and realizing she needed a rail down her basement stairs. The Carpenter Sons stepped in to help.
They've been very good at helping me because all I receive is a Social Security disability, and I can't afford. The place is just falling apart, but that's great improvement, and the people that works here are great, people of integrity. I feel comfortable around them.
Mazel considers the individuals she's met through the Carpenter Sons her friends.
A blessing indeed. It seems like words isn't enough, how much I appreciate what they've done for me. And really, they really didn't have to do it, but I'm grateful. I consider myself blessed.
Vincentian John O'Shaughnessy, who has been volunteering with the Carpenter Sons for more than 2 years, knows there are plenty of homes in need of repair. However, it's the Society's person-to-person contact that is the group's biggest contribution.
A lot of spiritual support they're in need of. They're really looking for help and sometimes just people to talk to. Somebody to understand their needs and wants, and we're there to help them in any way that we can.
As these men and women work together, they're also learning from one another.
We've done some roofing projects, flooring, the wheelchair ramps, doors. We put in some doors, plumbing projects, fixed toilets, put in sinks, faucets. Everybody brings a different skill set, so everybody's pretty much welcome, whether it's a spiritual aspect or a talent that they received from their former employment or anything.
The Carpenter Sons work on projects both large and small, like replacing the flooring at the Vincent House, transitional shelter in Fort Wayne. Without the Society's help, a project like this one might not happen.
When we can get skilled folks to come in and lend their talent, we feel extremely blessed because there's just not that many really skilled folks anymore, especially in this industry. So we're extremely grateful for them coming and thinking this is a very important project.
Denise Andorfer, the director of Vincent Village, explains how the men and women of the Carpenter Sons make an impact on her nonprofit organization.
We often have projects that we don't have staff to complete, so we have an ongoing partnership with NeighborLink, who works with the Carpenter Society to bring them to various projects in the community.
On this day, the Carpenter Sons are working on the renovation of the Vincent Village Youth Services Center. It's a transitional shelter for homeless families to live in while they work to get back on their feet.
This is a youth center that's actually attached to the Vincent House shelter. So we have a variety of educational programming, tutoring, social skills groups, art classes, leadership programs, and other programs to help the kids with their ability to adapt while their family is in crisis.
Father Timothy Rozek, who serves as the spiritual advisor for the St. Vincent de Paul Fort Wayne Council, says the charism of the Society is never far from the hearts of its volunteers.
It is a calling. I don't look for volunteers when I want somebody to minister. I look for people who want to respond to the call of Jesus Christ to ministry in the world. When someone is called to ministry in the St. Vincent de Paul Society, their heart has to be right. They have to be persons who look to spirituality of love, the love of Jesus Christ for the poor. God gives the person who is in ministry to the poor to help them, to bring them back to God, to bring them to know God and to love God. That's the spirituality of Vincentian.
While they don't do the work expecting praise and thanks, Jim says it's nice to hear they've done a good job.
They're very appreciative because otherwise, how would they get these things done? If they can't afford to hire a contractor, we're very fortunate ourselves. God has provided a lot for us and blessed us in many ways, and this is our opportunity to help other people. So it's giving back, and it's doing what we should be doing for our neighbors.
I'm appreciative. I really am. I really don't know how to. I don't really know how to express myself. All I can say is that they're good people, caring people, loving people, people of integrity.
They're Vincentians, finding creative ways to lend a helping hand in their communities. For Our Faith in Action, today's Society of St. Vincent de Paul, I'm Trace Trolka.
Thanks, Trace. All told, some 24 volunteers put in more than 1,000 volunteer hours each month. What keeps them busiest? Well, they've installed more than 100 wheelchair accessible ramps.